have here is a Fisher Model 846 I2P transducer. And like we already stated from our schematic drawing, we have a instrument air supply coming into our regulator right here, which drops down our pressure to a usable pressure that doesn't damage the device, set to about 20 psi. Coming out of the output, we have our pressure module, which reads the output signal of the I2P and converts it to a digital signal, which is read by our fluke. Our fluke meter is going to be simultaneously reading pressure and sourcing milliamps to the I2P transducer. So we have our positive terminal, our positive lead going to our positive terminal of our I2P, and we have the negative lead going to the negative terminal of the I2P transducer. And now we're ready to go. So, as we can see right now, we're far out of tolerance. What we should be at right now is 3 psi. Our I2P transducer receives 4 to 20, it outputs 3 to 15 psi. The only two adjustments we can make on our I2P are 0 and span. So we're going to begin by adjusting our 0. We will adjust it until at 4 milliamps we're at 3 psi. And once we get it in close, we can move a little slower so we don't overshoot. And as that stands, we are well within tolerance. So now we're going to check it at our upper range value of 20 milliamps. We should be outputting 15 psi. And as you can see, we're still well above our expected value. So we're going to adjust our span until we reach 15 psi at 20 milliamps. And now we are well within tolerance. We are way above plus or minus 0.5% of span on our tolerance. So now we are going to go through our 5-point calibration check and ensure that we're good on all of our values. So starting at 0. It takes a little time for the I2P to settle, which is normal. So any facility would call this within tolerance, but us striving to the highest degree of excellence, we're going to adjust our 0 again to get it even closer. Okay? And we're going to check it again one more time at 15. At 20 million, sorry. Okay, and now we're going to check it on the way down. At 16 milliamps, we should be at 12 psi. Okay? At 12 milliamps, we should be at 9 psi. Okay, that looks good. At 8 milliamps, we should be at 6 psi. Okay, and then again at our 0, at 4 milliamps, we should be at 3 psi. Okay, and that's all the steps it takes to calibrate an I to P transducer.